the Stigma Dreamscape. This place reminds me of, no, this is the wrong one. I was thinking of Smelton. My mistake. Alright, we've got our tanking thing. Up. Are progressing. Alright, gathering up the enemies. We're gonna run up to the next group. And activating Holy Sheltron, which will give us heal aggro as well, which is always wonderful if you're a Paladin. If you're not a Paladin, use your AoEs to just generate threat on these guys. I don't know what I'm saying because I haven't played the other classes yet, the other tanks at this level yet. So, yeah. Do what you do as your tank to gather threat. If you're a Paladin, got a few tricks to use. Threat on those four, and then coming down here, we're gonna have three though up here. Now I say it's my first time in here, but it's my first time in here on this character. I've played through all of these duties on my main character. Just AoE these guys down. If you're not comfortable pulling both groups, you are more than welcome to just do it one group at a time. Some players will be fancy and not want you to do that, but they want to get through it faster instead of, you know, safer. But these same players don't grasp the concept that if the tank can't tank it, the duty's going to run longer because people die. Proto-Omega. Proto-Omega, tank him, face him away from the group. He's going to do side cannons on one side or the other. Pay attention for those. Move accordingly. It's followed with an animation so it's easier to read. Rear interceptors, he's going to be doing an attack to the front or the rear during that. It'll be front or rear. Just don't want to be standing where they're going to go off. Right, we got the stack, which is also going to be a knockback. You can use your anti-knockback skill there. Move the boss to a place where you can tank it without standing in any of the rings of fire that came from the missile barrage. Alright, for DPS, these missiles are going to come out and target the 2 DPS. When they go off, they are going to leave a small circle on the ground, so it's best not to, you know, drop it where there's going to be people standing, potentially. Stack AoE is different in that it has the knockback effect with it. So if you get knocked back into these, into the edge, it's not instant death, but you take considerable amount of damage while in there. Side cannons again, dodge out of them. Guided missile again. This one is going to be combined with chemical missiles, which are going to leave fire on the ground. So you want to drop the fire someplace safe. Get back. Make sure you've got some wiggle room when you get knocked back. Even with arm's length, I got knocked back. So arm's length does not protect against the knockback there. Tank Buster. Pop a minor cooldown for it. And that is that. Next section. Alright, so these groups, you just pull them together, DPS them down, use minor cooldowns if you need to. Dodge out of the AoEs if you see them. I've been finding that it's, at higher levels, it's more and more difficult to see when an AoE is coming because of all of the graphics, the particle effects. Second chest, well, the first chest that you come across is usually just a materia. Look for the trash. They just pop cooldowns, dodge the AoEs. Do what you can to beat them down. If you need to heal yourself, heal yourself. Okay. Mastering of Slaying. Right, we are at the second boss. The Arc Lambda. Tank Buster right off the bat. You can tank him in the middle. Auto assault cannon. So he's going to go around a few times. And then where he stops, that is where you want to basically be standing, because he's going to hit the entire area with an AoE. So just watch the pattern that he's going for, and you can usually predict where he's going to end up after his third path. with enough time in this fight, pretty sure you'll be able to predict where he's gonna go. What are you doing right there? No, no. Going to get yourself killed. So for that one, it goes off in sequential of 1, 2, 3, and 4 down the stream, and he shoots a laser off in those directions. So you don't want to be standing on anybody for that. And the person marked with 3 decided they wanted to stand right next to me. Alright. The first one to go off. And rush over to this end. So yeah, he might do that attack again before we kill him. I'll be able to point it out a little bit better, I think. But you'll get marked with a number, and there will be corresponding numbers down the middle of the path, and you do not want to be... See, I'm one again. I am trying to get out of the way of anybody else. You don't have to stand next to your number, you just have to stand in a spot where you're not going to hit anybody else. And, you know, God. Because of positioning, somebody got bent out of shape at me because I was not standing next to the number when I couldn't have run to the number. I was 4, and I was up by 1, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to be as far away from other people, and then somebody started shadowing me. It's like, get away from me? Going to get yourself killed. Well, they got me killed. So just make sure you're standing someplace where you're not going to hit anybody else. Alright, got this. Got the 2 hybrid dragons and the invaders. Try to heal yourself as best you can. Cooldowns as needed. And there was a new release of OBS this past week, and I don't know if the sound's going to be working right. It's not reacting like it normally does, so we will find out. I hope I don't have to re-record all this. If I do, I do. Once again, I'm going to say, do not run ahead of the... Even if you know the dungeon, it just makes picking up the ads that much more difficult. The easier you can make the dungeon for everyone involved, better. You might ask, why don't I pop sprint? I like using sprint situational because I don't like needing it and having it down. Okay, I've added a lag spike there. Alright, one thing to be noted about dungeons, you do not get a, you don't get a bonus, a piece of loot at the end. These 3 level 90 dungeons are going to all drop accessories because you've got the armor for being your class. You're going to wait for the healer. They're viewing a cutscene. Alright. This boss sits right there. First thing he's going to do, AI takeover, which is going to summon another Omega behind us. And first thing it's going to do is do the Proto-Wave Cannon, which is either left or right. So be there appropriately. Next thing the boss is going to do, he's going to summon a dragon on either the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Alright, it's dropping on the left-hand side, so you want to run over and be standing right next to the boss, or next to the dragon, because it's going to do a breath attack. Alright, back on the boss. Summons fists. You don't want to be standing in the line of any of the fists. Alright, for this one, want to back away from it. When it goes into like the hourglass shape, back away from it. Gonna do another one. Like that. When it's a ring, crackles electricity around, stand in the spot. Those pretty much are the mechanics, and now from this point forward, they're going to be... Oh, my mistake, there's one more, the mind hack. You're going to run a certain direction, forward, left, right, or back, and you want to be standing someplace appropriate for when it goes off, so you do not get hit by the AoE. In that instance, I had run forward, was the ring, so I adjusted myself to where I would run into where I'd be safe. Now it's going to run through the various forms. We got the rocket punch coming, and we've got an Omega. It's doing its left-hand side. Now you want to destroy these before they start casting and finishing their countdown, because they will explode. Haven't seen what the explosion does yet, but I'm pretty sure it's massive damage. We got a forward march, and we've got the ring again. Be sure to remember what direction you're being sent into. Alright, we got the AI takeover happening again. That's going to bring us a dragon. And the fists. So move accordingly. Once the dragon is down, yeah, self-destruct starts getting cast. Dragon is down. We're not going to get the next mechanic before it's dead. So, that is the Stigma Dreamscape. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative. If you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV videos, please like, follow, and subscribe. The usual YouTube stuff. To catch me live, check out my Twitch, link in the description. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.